Alrighty, g'day, Stu from UAVFutures. Welcome back to our weekly Happy Flying live stream. I hope you guys are having a fantastic time. Let's go through some of the mic checks before we all hang out, answer some FPV questions, show you the new latest gear, everything about drones. This is the best part of my working week, but let's do this audio check as well. And I've clicked a few different settings on YouTube. Hopefully it doesn't make the stream explode or anything like that. And let's see who we can see here. So I can see Johnny DRC, of course. He is in the chat. Thank you to everybody who is in here. I can see Crazy Rooster. We've got Banana UAV as well. We're going to be talking about Walksnail, a whole bunch of things. I can see some of his chats as well. But yeah, this is the best part of my working week. If this is your first time here, we're going to go through talking about the latest drone news, all the FPV related products and news that's come up in the last week. It is Monday morning for me. Let me know where you are watching this from. Maybe it's Sunday evening for some of you guys. I know a lot of you people are over in the States, but please let me know what the time is where you are watching. Johnny DRC says, the sound is all good. Thank you very much. Let me tell you what is coming up on today's stream. Now that we've got the audio out of the way, we are going to talk about, of course, we're going to always talk about mental health and promoting positive mental health. That's something that we'll be doing as well. And we always do that week in, week out, because you guys are the most important things. Things doesn't sound right, the most important. We're going to be talking about open IPC. So a little bit of a development or something that I think is important to discuss as well about, I guess, where that project is heading in the future. We're going to be talking about Mario FPV as well. If you don't know who that is, that's someone who's done amazing things for the open IPC project, I would say. We're going to be discussing some side-by-side slides, say that 10 times quickly, about which system to get. So that's going to be the walksnail, Avatar, the Ascent, hdzero, and DJI. I've done a few posts about that this week, so I'm going to be doing some side-by-side comparisons to help you viewers if you've got any questions on, hey, what is the right system for me? Because spoiler alert, all those systems do something different. There is no one best system that is going to suit everybody. It's a bit of it really does depend on your situation. And of course, they're very different prices. We need to talk a little bit about the DJI Avata 360, which is apparently rumored to be launching fairly soon, but also with DJI getting banned in the States. Well, looks like it's going to get banned. So that's actually less than a month away now. So we're going to be talking about that. We've got some of the specs on that as well. I'll show you a couple of images of that. I can see Kiz Bartlett in the chat. He's saying, there's my man, the beautiful Australian. Oh, he says Aussie, actually. Thanks very much there, Kiz. It's great to see you here in the chat. Let me know if you're watching so I can see who is actually watching this. If you're watching this right now, so I can see, rather than just those little numbers, I don't tend to look at the numbers of how many viewers I've got, but I do like to see the viewers when they post up and I can see their names in here week in, week out, part of this family that makes this FPV live stream so special. So if you're watching this, do me a favor and just say hi in the chat so I can see who is here. Just open up that keyboard and do your best. I'll even tell you how to spell it. It's a H and an I. Now, we're going to be talking about incompatible gear because I keep seeing these questions a little bit about, hey, I bought this radio and this drone, or I'm going to buy this FPV system. Why isn't this working with my analog goggles? I even had someone talking about ChatGPT and like the incorrect information that it gives as well. And then we're going to be, hopefully, if we still have time, I'm going to be talking about the importance of community and how to reignite that spark. And spoiler alert, if you have never flown with somebody else, that just takes FPV to the next level. We have Miguel. Then I've got some recommendations for starting FPV. And I'm going to give him a huge shout out to Miguel. He has sent 5 UAVFutures gift memberships. If you don't know what that is, well, that's for starters. That's the biggest membership increase I have ever had. And I'm going to say, if you're a regular viewer, I think it works. Like maybe you can claim them from Miguel right there. You also get bonus videos for being a member. You support the channel. You guys really are the lifeblood of this. So thank you so much there, Miguel. I would just like to let you know that it does make a difference. So much more than you know. And with your help, like this is what FPV is all about. Because of your support, I can share this hobby with as many people as I can to get them flying, enjoying the skies, and just having a good time. So thank you very much. From this random Aussie, over in Australia, sending my love out digitally, wherever you are in the world. I would just like to say thank you. Thank you. Truly, I am very appreciative. Thank you very much there. Plus, if you remember, you get some bonus little emojis. I'm sure some people can do that. Look, we've got kids receive, all these people received a gift. So that's I always forget how to pronounce that one. EUC, FPV, Kiz got one, Nick, Shoot, and Chris Croft as well. So you guys can all say thank you very much there to Miguel. Just show some love for him in the comments. You get to also watch those bonus videos. And I'll give you a little tip, guys, or a little bit of, this is from Miguel. Those people who claim that, they're here week in, week out as well. So it did go to some people who appreciate this stream and the content that I make. So thank you. I'm sure they'll say thank you as well. Alrighty. He's saying thank you for keeping the community alive. It is absolutely my pleasure. Now, apologies if my voice disappears in this stream. I do have a bit of a sore throat. The kid, the youngest one, was a little bit ill over the weekend, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen to me, but I can feel my voice disappearing a little bit, and it feels like 1,000,000 degrees here right now. I don't know what the temperature is. I guess it might be, I'm going to actually quickly Google it, because I'm sure temp in 30, 28 degrees. It is 31 degrees Celsius right now, so I don't know what that is in freedom units, but it is warm. It is very warm here in the house, and I have like an aircon right here, but I don't turn it on because it absolutely blasts this microphone. Alrighty. Let's move on. Let's talk about the first thing in today's FPV stream. Now all those introductions are out of the way. We got Grub1 saying, first time catching the live stream, but a long-time viewer. Thank you very much for tuning in. It is great to have you here. Great to have everybody here, because this is the single most important thing that we always talk about in this stream. And we're going to talk about drones, but I would just like to take this time to let you know that you are the most important. If you're thinking I'm talking about somebody else, no, I'm not. It's not some other random commenter here. I'm talking about you. If you can hear this in your ears, just to let you know that you are valued, you are cared about, and I am really grateful that you are here. And I'm a big advocate in promoting positive mental health, and this is where I'm sending this message out to let people know that if you are not feeling right, if you are not feeling like yourself, please go and talk to somebody, a professional. I know just how hard it was for me when I suffered with some depression about 5 years ago. It was a really, really dark time for me, and I've never forgotten what that was like, and just how all engrossing and just like absolutely lost you can feel, and very isolated too, and especially with mental health. And now I want to always take this time to talk to anybody out there who needs to hear this, to let them know that they are not alone, they are seen, they are heard, and most of all, and I really mean this, that they are cared about. It might sound like just some other random other Aussie on the other side of the internet, and you think, he's just saying this into the microphone. No, it's true. This connection is real. Some of my best friends have come through like FPV, and I have never met in real life, but I've spoken to them a lot, and that means that this is real. And just to let you know that you are not alone. It is not weak to go and speak to the doctor. Please go and talk to somebody, because you deserve to have a good life. You are a good person. And most of all, just to let you know that you are cared about, valued, seen, and heard. So we always take that time out a little bit at the start of this stream. And you might say, he's not talking about me. I am. If it's resonating for you, that is exactly who this message was made for. Even if it's just that one person, and that is you, that is the main purpose of this stream, just to maybe reach that person and make a difference. All right. Let's move on to some actual FPV stuff. Miguel's saying, don't forget to like and subscribe. Crazy Rooster says 31 degrees here too, but in Fahrenheit. Let me know what that is in Celsius, please. If someone can do a Google what 31 degrees is in Fahrenheit. Bit of a shout out to, I'm sure my mum is not watching this, but they're in the Arctic at the moment, and they're checking out like the Northern Lights. And I think it was minus 25 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit as well, if someone's got that. It's very, very different temperature to the sweat that we're in right now. All right. The first FPV thing that I would like to talk about. So this is about Open IPC. And if you don't know what Open IPC is, it is basically an open source system where different manufacturers are coming on board, and it is a digital option for people. It's not quite as refined as like the DJI or hdzero or the Ascent systems, but it is significantly cheaper. maybe not versus the Ascent system, but it is a pretty cheap protocol that everybody can have a tinker with and have a bit of a play with. And the biggest person that I think has made the biggest difference to Open IPC, and maybe not its direct development, but just at least getting it out there and pushing the boundaries and showing us what is possible, that this is a real viable system, is this gentleman right here. So how do I open this up in a new tab? Bear with me. Let's duplicate this. Would be this gentleman, and I'll post this in the chat actually as well for anybody who would like to check this out. Let me know if you've tried Open IPC as well. We've also got like Ruby. There's like think of it as like an umbrella to all these systems. Now, this gentleman here, Mario FPV, definitely go check him out, because he is who I look to when it comes to showing me what Open IPC can do. He's got some really cool flights on here. He's done some like long range things, often goes through a lot of testing. Where have we got here? Like a penetration test. Let's press play on this. I'm sure that he won't copyright me for this. Oh, we got some ads here. Switch your energy provider. Anyway, skip. Okay. And here's, I guess, a bit of an example of what Open IPC and what you can expect. You do have some decent clarity. I have flown around with a RunCam system, a Sphere Link from eSheen, and also a system from Emacs. My biggest issue is the lack of stability, where it can look really good, but then sometimes it'll disappear just like that, the image, and that's not great for normal FPV freestyling, racing, or anything like that. But in terms of image quality, let me know what you guys think about this. So anyway, and also I don't recommend flying over houses, so that's never a good idea in my opinion. Maybe the laws are different over there. We do have some satellite locks, so maybe this can return home as well. So this is Mario FPV. He has done so much. He's usually who I go to watch to find out about Open IPC. If there's a product and I want to see just how far it can go or get a little bit more information beyond what I've done in my own testing, this is the man that I always check into. Now, I would like to, look at this, and see, I'm even subscribed. But if we jump over here, and I'm going to read this super chat as well. This is from PVidTog. He's saying, thank you for making me fall in love with FPV since 2021. It is absolutely my pleasure. That is what I do this for. It is just to get everybody flying. And sometimes too, people talk about like, hey, Stuart, you're still making beginner videos. You've done this video. Yeah, that's because it is to get more people into the hobby. That is my entire ethos. So thank you so much for helping me support the channel and just get more people flying. If I don't actually mind too much if those experts who have been into FPV forever and know everything are not watching my content, because that's not who I'm making it for. I'm just making it to help those people get in. Think of it like the gateway videos that get you flying. And if I've done that and you're still enjoying the videos there, PVTog, thank you. And thank you for that super chat. All right. So, but what Mario has posted right here, he says, hi everyone, there is a small number of people in the Open IPC Telegram group who believe I should stop contributing or helping anyone. Now, they believe I should be restricted. And then he goes on, like there's a little bit of a vote and, to say, hey, should it be restricted or not? And then he had an update and said the poll was taken down or deleted, even though he was in favor of not changing anything. And then he says, apparently I'm not allowed to be a member of the Open IPC team because I have a YouTube channel. So they chose to make me a partner of the Open IPC project instead. I don't really know what that means, but I'm waiting for an explanation of my new role. Now, I would say, look, there's always two sides to every pancake. And I don't know what the actual, what the difference is. However, to the Open IPC team, I feel like Mario has been the #1 promoter of Open IPC, and if you want success, you definitely should be working with somebody who seriously cares about this project as much, excuse me, as much as you can. And you have to wonder what the reasons are behind this. Like, I don't know what are some of the comments here. Other people saying that's crazy. This seems wrong. Then it should not be open source anymore, but restricting an open source project is stupid. You've helped me a lot. Fully appreciate the continuous support of Mario and all the deep dives. So sounds like some of the OpenIPC devs are jealous you had a YouTube channel. I think, and other people saying I discovered them thanks to you exclusively down here. Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is with OpenIPC not wanting Mario as involved as possible. If it comes down to control, and this is where sometimes people can get a little bit like they like to have control of everything. I'm not saying this is Mario. I'm saying maybe if the rest of the dev team, I could understand how they're thinking like this, but it is the wrong way to think. And that is maybe the OpenIPC team really wants to keep it tight knit so they can be in control of everything. And I don't always think that's a good thing. They might be in control of, and let's talk about market share, right? Of like, let's call it of 100 units. They have 100% control over 100 units of market share. Wouldn't it be better to give up some of that control and have 90% of control of 1,000 units? So even though they're not in direct, the audience is going to be, it's going to be a net gain for everybody. It's kind of like saying to somebody, would you want 100% of $1 million or 90% of $10 million? Like what's more important there to you? Like I think maybe if we were looking at this from a business side, which is also crazy because it's an open source project. So I don't know what is going on. I would encourage everybody to go check out Mario FPV, like share some, just let him know that he's still cared about on his channel, watch some of his videos, drop a comment, and you know, maybe if the Open IPC team sees this as well, maybe there's some more information that makes me go, oh, okay, he likes to run over small animals in his backyard. That's a stupid hypothetical. But then you're like, okay, maybe that's not the right face for this. He does not do that. But that maybe there's a situation like that that I'm not aware with. So anyway, it seems pretty ridiculous to me of somebody who was putting so much and has done so much and so much loyalty and commitment to a project to then want to shut them out from being part of that core team. So I don't understand. Miguel's saying, I'm looking forward to testing Open IPC. An open source FPV project is exactly what we need. Yes, it is. I really like it. It's just that stability. And I do have some tests coming up a little bit as well to talk about, I guess, the image quality. And this can bring us on. What a great segue. It's almost like I've planted Miguel here to do this little segue. Let's talk about that as an FPV system and comparing it to some of the others. So this is sort of like a side-by-side comparison. You might be thinking, what is the best digital system to get now in 2025 or moving into 2026? We actually have a lot of options. We've got OpenIPC, hdzero, we've got DJI, walksnail, Avatar, and walksnail Ascent. So there's quite a few, and I'm putting Ruby in there as well, quite a few options to choose from, as well as analog. Now, I did a video just recently, which looked like this. Bear with me. And I also did a poll, and I was amazed at how many people were incorrect with their assumptions. I might actually be able to find it here on YouTube. Let's see. And let me know which one of these you think looks best. If I go to UAVFutures, have a look at my posts, check these out. Okay. Can you guess what, can this go full screen at all? I want to do it as full screen so you can get the, so you have the best chance at guessing correct. We're going to play a little game where I'm going to show you 4 pictures on the screen and you have to tell me what system that image is actually from. Let's find this. I'm going to do it this way because it's easier for you to see. You're going to have the most amount of detail, I guess. All right. Pictures. And all right, I know where they are. I've got like so many folders on my computer trying to keep things organized. And for the most part, it does a good job. Okay, I've found my 4 pictures. Let's open these up in open with. Why can't, I don't want to open it with Photoshop. Photos. All right. Here we go. Okay, here we go. If I tap left and right, perfect. Okay. Here is the first image, and I've got to make sure that I get these correct as well. Yes, I've got it. I've got it. I was because some of them look quite similar. Other people saying, "Morning, Stu. What's best for the hobby as a whole? We accomplish much when we work together as a team." That's from Happy Flyer RC. All right. I agree. I agree. That's talking about open IPC. Okay, here's your challenge. You're about to see 4 slides or stills of pictures, and I want you to have a guess of what is each system. So this is going to be slide number 1. This is a digital system, and I mean, or maybe it could be analog. I want you to have a look at this and think to yourself, what system could this be? Our options are open IPC, hdzero, DJI, Cadex walksnail avatar, or Cadex Ascent, or it could be analog. Someone says the winner gets a top quality, I don't know what that word is, kids, but I feel maybe I don't want to read it out just in case. From the man itself, I'll give you a g'day, or if you do get this correct, and you're tallying up and say me, I won. You can link me your account. I'll go just share some love on your channel. There you go. All right, this first one here. This is slide number 1. Everybody, quick, take your guesses. What do you think it is? Don't look at what everybody else is saying. 3, 2, 1. A lot of people are saying this is the Cadex Ascent system. That seems to be the priority. Johnny DRC is saying walksnail. And Stu Chat, hope you're doing well. That's from Bruno FPV right there. If you said Ascent, well, I can't tell you right now because here's the comparison. If I tell you what it is going to make the next, because it could be something else. We're not going to eliminate any choices. All right, the next one that I would like to show you. So now, from now on, the next slide, I want you to press, put 2, and then, so this is for picture 2, so I know which one you're referring to from now on. You have to 2 dash, and then what system you think is. That is, let's see, this system. Okay, so this is the next system. Take your guesses now. This is slide number 2, so make sure you put a little 2 in the chat. Let me know what you think this system is. Notice that it looks a little bit more washed out. We have some smearing here, and it's very difficult to tell where the water is just here and where the edge of the grass or the bank starts. You do have the colors aren't quite as deep as well. Well done to everybody who's typing in 2 dash and then having their little having their guess right there. And I'm also mindful of the time delay between when I actually show you what this is and what the next one is going to be. Interesting between these two, let's go back and forth. So this is slide 1. This is slide 2. All right, we're going to move on. This is slide number 3. I want you to take your guess at this one. It should be pretty easy to guess this one. Thankfully, I'm covering up most of the DVR, most of the OSD. So this is slide number 3. What do you think that this is? Now, we do have part of an analog OSD up here as well, but I'm telling you now, I think everybody can tell that this isn't analog. So this is slide number 3. What do you think this is going to be? Have a look at the detail of the grass. How much does it look different to, say, the detail of this one? I feel like we have the shadows stand out maybe a little bit more with this one, especially if we're looking at the grass right here. I like Koz's guess there as well. He's saying this one could be open IPC. This is the part, this is what makes it interesting too, because a lot of these systems, they can look really good. And then we're going to talk about, I guess, the advantages of some of them. All right. We've had a lot of people, I think, are on the money when they talk about what this one is. It's fairly easy. And then finally, can you guess what this one is? Now, maybe this OSD, oh, my hand gets chopped off there. But up above, we have something. Let me know what digital system this one is. So I'm glad I've got the Little DIY FPV shout out there. Let me know if you remember DIY FPV. This is slide number 4. So do 4 dash and then let me know what you think that this system is. This is a digital system. I've heard some people when I was doing the slides saying that's got to be analog. This is a digital system. And I should say too, all of these systems are filmed with the lowest quality settings and gear that we can, so they can all perform better. I've just tried to, as a comparable baseline for how, this is the baseline, it only gets better from here. That's where I've tried to do this. So someone's saying it's HD, 4 would be hdzero then. Someone else saying IP0. Let's go through. We're going to work our way backwards because this is probably the easiest one. This one here, slide number 4. If you had to guess hdzero, you would be correct. It's pretty easy to tell not only by the antenna OSD options and receptions up the top, but in terms of just general image quality. If you have a look at the trees, I'm not too sure how much of this is coming through, but it does look like, I've heard people describe it, and I kind of agree with this, of analog on its best day. Now, we're going to be talking about all the other pros of the systems as well, but this is just the side-by-side slides for now. Number 3, this one's pretty obvious. Look at a significant difference. This is sort of the two extremes here. This is the best image quality as far as I'm concerned. Maybe you thought differently. Someone's saying it's amazing. They're all great. We've got so many good digital options. These are good years or gold years. Yeah, it is great to have so many options. When I started, we only had analog. This one right here, even though we've got an OSD on the screen, this is DJI. And where that really shines, I think it is in, if you look at the grass, where are we? Down here, these details, I'm not too sure how much this is going to be coming through on the stream, but you can definitely see some shadows in there of light and dark patches that isn't just a smear, which is directly comparable to this one, or this one, where you still have light and dark patches, but it's hard to tell which shadow that is actually coming from. It is much more like being muddied together, like it's missing certain parts of information. So this one's DJI. Now these two, let me know which one looks better out of these. This is slide 1. This is slide 2. And we're not just talking colors. I'm talking about muddiness and what you can see. So have a look at the detail of the trees. And remember, we're watching a stream, so it does make this hard. I've probably got the best, I've got the raw pictures right here. Or this one. Some people saying one looks better. One of these is walksnail Avatar, and one of them is walksnail Ascent. Dirk85 is saying 2 is better. I'm going to tell you what I like and what I don't like about each one of these. So this one, it might not be too apparent, but it looks a little bit blurry, even when it comes to details. This is, I think that might be Jay down here, or maybe it's Stickman Steve actually doing this filming. It blends things a little bit together. It looks more colorful and bright, but the actual pixels, when I'm looking here, they seem to be smushed together. The clarity of this image isn't quite as good as this one, where it's almost looks like it hasn't had as much work done, but the baseline image that it is working with is of a higher quality. So this one right here, the only place where it really is smeared out would be, there's a line here where it's meeting before the grass and the distance really changes. It doesn't show the detail here, but the grass close up, I think, looks better than this one. This one still has almost like a pixelation effect when I'm looking at it, at least what I'm looking at here. It might be different for you. Someone's saying, I feel like I'm at the eye doctor's. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so this number 1 here, I'm going to tell you right now, if you guessed Ascent for this, you were correct. This slide number 2, this is the walksnail system. So the Avatar walksnail. This was filmed on a 1S board, and this was filmed on the Ascent board, which I only have in my Protoss drone. The drone doesn't fly that well. So yeah, side by side between these, it is really cool that we have so many different options. Now, I should probably go through some of the advantages, because it's not fair just to stick to hdzero and say, if you look at the visual clarity between this and the other systems, hdzero looks rubbish. So this would make somebody say, well, why would I buy hdzero then, especially when it's the most expensive? And this is where hdzero has some advantages that some of these other systems don't have. So let's go through some of those right now. So if you purchase hdzero, the biggest advantage is going to be latency. So it is really good if you go to the races. When I went to the recent Australian National Championships here, every pilot but one or two was using hdzero goggles. And a big benefit as well, it is really easy to fit in with other pilots, and it is one-way communication, I believe, where your goggles aren't actually sending anything back and having extra interference in the air, so it's easy to fly with other pilots. hdzero has the best latency, it has the worst image, but on the flip side too, it is really the only craft at the moment that if you are flying around tiny little whoops, like as light as you want to be able to go, hdzero is a great choice, because all the others add an extra board, and you might say, hey, that's only an extra 5 or 6 grams for that extra VTX, but that's a huge difference when a craft like this little one might only be 16 grams to start with. So you're like adding an extra 25% weight on top of that. So that's where hdzero excels at either low latency or really, really tiny little crafts. But on the flip side, you're going to get a picture which looks like this. Now, the other one, this is DJI. This is my system of choice. I really like flying this one around. However, the biggest limitation is, and I should say too, hdzero is the most expensive by far. If you're going to get the goggles and those things, it can be quite expensive. DJI, I think this was most people's choice, and it's going to be interesting when we talk about this. Like, it's not that much better than this system right here, but the big one, you can't get the stock levels in a lot of the world. It's very difficult to get to, and you're in a bit of a closed ecosystem where I think something like these goggles here, these are the N3 goggles, I don't believe that they actually work. Got them on upside down, with the O3 air units, so the last generation of air units. So I wish they could make that compatible somehow. However, you've got a small range of air units. You've got the Pro and the Lite. It looks fantastic. This is filmed on the Lite. You get good penetration. All around a great system. Just good luck trying to get one depending where you're from. Kiz is saying, Carl from hdzero has done amazing after walking away from walksnail. It's expensive, but the support is second to none. That's fantastic to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying flying with them. I'm just reading some of the other comments here. Dang, I fly Avatar, and I thought the first one looks exactly like what I'm used to. I don't know what you're doing with have you changed some of your Avatar system? This is my Avatar flight right here, and this is on the 1S board, which I think is about $89. I've got a full video breakdown as well. And for any of you people who are lucky enough to be members, I've got some side-by-side flights that look like this for you to watch. So there's a bit of a spread right here between them, but the members only video is a long version of this where you can see all these playing at the same time. Avatar, think of it as just like a slightly inferior DJI with more stock options, and has the potential to go further than any of the other digital systems if you really want to go a long way. So I don't know, there's not too much I can say about the walksnail Avatar besides it's a great middle ground. I think like $290 versus some of the others, which are $400, $330, $290. So we are coming down in price. This is sort of what you can expect from their little systems as well. So baseline systems, I really like them. You can also buy extra external VRXs, which is something that I like. If you've already got a pair of goggles, you know, put this on. I kind of do recommend walksnail Avatar. And then finally, we've got this Ascent system here, and what it looks really good at is in close range, flying around. You've got to remember this system is $150 for the goggles and $35 for the Ascent VTX. Absolutely crazy. Like, the price of this is insane, and it does look good when it's near you, and I do like how it handles breakup, but the big one for me is the penetration and the consistency of that latency are not there for me. So I don't feel confident flying this thing around. This is a great little starter kit if somebody is not too serious about FPV, they just want to try it out. For the price, what you get is amazing, but it is not designed for pilots like myself. I wouldn't be switching over to this system. Yes, the image looks good, but what it isn't showing you for that price is the variable latency, where it can feel like you're just flying through a little bit of jelly, or you move the six up to almost a second behind when the signal is getting really, really bad. I don't like that. And I feel like it does drop signal easier and you get worse reception versus any of these other systems. In terms of reception, I think we've got DJI would be king for my local park sort of flying. Then I would go walksnail. Then I'd go hdzero. This is all on comparative power levels. And then I would go Ascent. So Ascent is not made for flying through difficult situations. And look, it does get better. This was all filmed too on 25 milliwatts, but it's a great test. It is much better at 100, but it's still not my system of choice. But anyway, and then here's all 5 of them at once, starting from left to right. I have to double check. I can't actually tell which is which here between the left and the right one. Did I write this? I might have written it down. There we go. So there's them side by side is, I guess, a little bit of a comparison in terms of just image fidelity. But I'd love to know, what do you think? Which system do you think that you would get? Johnny DRC says, now I'm 7 quads with walksnail. It's not worth switching to DJI, especially if you can't buy it in your country, my friend. And remember, it's not about having the best gear. It's about having the best time. No matter which system you have, you will enjoy it. I flew FPV and love FPV. If any system that lets me do FPV, I will still take that and have an amazing time with. If they put me on a desert island, I don't care what books they get me to read there. They say, hey, you can take one movie or whatever. Which 5 movies would you have on a tropical desert island that you're going to stay there? No, I'm going to be like, which FPV systems you choose? And the answer, it doesn't matter, because you're still going to have an amazing time. Whether you go hdzero, Ascent, DJI, walksnail, open IPC, analog, you're going to have an awesome time. Do not feel like you need to switch, and do not switch if you already have a big stockpile or a backlog of other units, because that's going to make it difficult. Where this is important though is if you are a brand new user coming in, then what would you get? That's where the choice is kind of interesting. Did you apply the FCC hack thing for the DJI system? I mean, I follow all local laws, rules, and regulations there, so that's my answer to that one. When you're at rock bottom, the only way is up. And Kiz is saying, my preference is hdzero. I love flying in general, whether it be racing, freestyling, or cruising. hdzero has offered me so many advantages to fly with as many people as possible. Absolutely. That's a good one. If you are flying with a lot of people, hdzero, it excels, especially going to a race meet when there is a lot of pilots flying around. There's a lot of support as well that has been made by the community to make that easy to be able to fly around. I do really like what hdzero has done for the racing community, despite what some manufacturers think. Happy Fly RC says, I'm a diehard DJI fan. Yeah. All right, we are going to move on because I do want to talk about this little cool drone. Johnny DRC, I'm still very happy with walksnail, Stu. Absolutely, and so you should be. A great system. That's what Stickman Steve flies as well. Fly what you have, buy what you can afford. What a good slogan. I still want to get that t-shirt one time that says, it's not about having the best gear, it's about having the best time. Okay, our next thing that I would like to discuss is, and this is a bit of DJI news, which is a little bit exciting actually. This right here, this is the latest drone that's going to be coming from DJI. So the DJI Avata 360. So there's a couple of leaks and pictures about what this is going to be offering, and it is crazy too, because from what I'm hearing, this has got its FCC, like it's been certified by the FCC, so it can be sold in the USA. But the DJI ban, possibly ban, is going to be coming into effect on the 23rd, so less than a month from this. So it is crazy that they've got this cleared for sale, but it might not be released until after then, in which case DJI might be banned by then. But let's have a look at what this actual drone does and what's making it exciting. So the Avata 360 is almost like a selfie drone that is going to capture everything. So like those Insta360 cameras that we used to have back in the day, or that people still have, imagine flying this thing around. And interestingly enough, we've got what I really like here, the N3 goggles. That's kind of cool. So you can have them on and see exactly what the drone is seeing. And we're going to look at some prices as well. And this is where I wasn't too sure when they spoke about how heavy this is going to be, but here's a bit of a close-up on the drone. You can see that it has a camera on the top and underneath, and I did write some things down in my research. So It's going to have a bigger battery, apparently. Take this all with a grain of salt. So 26% capacity increase. Should be able to fly for about 25 minutes. Obstacle avoidance, the weight, and this is something that is really important as well, says approximately 377 grams. Some say less than 250 grams, but that seems unlikely. And this is really important because having a little drone that can film 360 and you should be able to look around, I feel like is going to be the next evolution in what our hobby is going to want to do. It's going to get more people in that think, hey, this is really cool. I really like looking around, seeing what the drone can see, and it is that little gateway experience into a full-fledged FPV drone. And then they're already going to be in the FPV space because they've got that goggle. Oh, now I can go buy an air unit. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in the States. However, it is, let me just show you, very similar to, oh, here we go. We've got some more. Just here, this was leaked a little while ago, a bit of testing. Very similar to the Insta360 anti-gravity drone as well, which I wonder if that is. Here's a cool picture. I don't know how fast this thing is going to be able to actually go. However, like this drone, let me see if I can get this on the screen. Because this drone would be its biggest competitor. And this right here is, again, an 8K drone. It can do 360 filming. However, a big one about this is under 250 grams. So if that other one, they're saying that the DJI one is 377 grams, that's going to be a bit of a deal breaker for people who especially use it for, who care about those rules and regulations about weight limits and those sorts of things. So yeah, the price is going to be interesting as well. This one is going to be a little bit more expensive. I do think those goggles are kind of cool, how you can see the outside right there. But yeah, I don't know, a bit of a cool DJI tech, which is for the first time ever. I don't know if we're going to see it in the States. This is sort of like, usually you expect USA to have the latest and greatest gear. That's not going to be the case anymore when it comes to releases like this, unless something changes. All right. Now, just looking at the time, there is two things that I would like to discuss. And it seems like with a larger battery, it must be over 250 grams. Yeah. And Johnny DRC is saying never register. And he always wanted to build a 360 degree quad. So far, anti-gravity is all talk, and DJI is going to make it available. I'll just let you, I can't talk too much. You can read between any lines. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if we could test some of these things out? Yes, it would be. So I hope you're staying tuned. All right. I will let you read into those cryptic words as much or as little as you would like. Someone's saying some Insta360 goggles would be nice. Yeah, they do look kind of nice. Sorry, I was looking at my monitor. I was definitely just looking at my monitor, not at any other FPV products that are around that I have to make sure are not in view of this camera, because there is none here. Okay, let's continue. Someone's saying, has anyone actually been weighed by a sub 250 authority? I've never seen anybody even pulled up discussing drones. I got pulled up once by the cops when it came to drones, and they said, oh, what's that? I said, it's a drone. They said, how high can it go? And I looked at them and I said, legally, or like just how high? They did not care about the legalities of the situation. They just thought it was cool and wanted to see how fast and high it was going. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I was able to show them while still perfectly staying legal and within the local laws and regulations. Because it's still downstairs. I'm getting distracted. Something I want to talk about. So FPV, the best part about FPV, first and foremost, is flying. Like, yes, it is so much fun, but everybody can agree when you fly with friends and you fly with mates and you are meeting up and you become part of that community, it takes FPV to the next level. So if you are watching this video or watching this stream and you think to yourself, I love FPV, but I'm just missing something. How do I get even more out of it? The answer is to fly with other people. And when I started FPV, there was no one around. I went to the local hobby shop. They told me it was silly and I should go buy one of these giant petrol-powered gas planes. I didn't want to do that. They told me I'd have to make my own community, which is exactly what I've done. And now, 10 years later, this is where I'm really giving you the call. If you want to fly with other people, head over to here, because check this out. This is DIY FPV. Like, I built this website for you guys, and it is great to see it getting used. So in my local area, look at this. I can zoom in and I can find local pilots that I can go and fly with. I can send them a message. Maybe you're over. Let's have a look. Where's somewhere? Let's jump all the way over. Maybe we're over in Europe, which is kind of cool. So look, all these pilots over in the UK. You might be able to send them a message. Click here, send them somewhere to go and fly, and then you can simply, like, I built a message system too, so you can send them a message. So this is my bit of a shout out. If you are looking to take FPV to the next level, go join DIY FPV. It is completely free. Like, it is just designed for you. It's a passion project of mine to get people flying, to meet up. You can do, there's like so much more stuff here as well, like catalogs and dashboards and sharing your flights. Maybe you want to find where you want to buy like your latest radio from, and oh, look at these stores and here's the price levels and different locations and things. But today, I really just wanted to take this time to let you know that your community is waiting for you. If you are looking for the chance to go and fly with other people, just simply sign up to DIY FPV. And then, yeah, send them a message. You can go and fly with people. And it has been great to, like, when I went to the national events here, the Australian Championships for drone racing, to hear people actually using this site to connect and fly and make some little local flying clubs as well. So this is just a little bit of a message. And I'm sure anybody in the chat can let me know as well. Like, flying with other people just takes it to the next level. It is so much fun. And yeah, it's what I love about this hobby. It's you guys. It's the community. You deserve to have an awesome time. You've got some cool things to fly around, and I promise you, it's just going to be even better when you get to go and fly with somebody else. Dave says, I'd even empty out my garage for a route flying weekend if anyone was around. Well, there you go, Dave. Go check it out. Sign up. Go find out exactly who is in your area and start chatting to them. Send them a message. Is there something like that in the USA? I'm the only FPV pilot I know. What do you mean in the USA? Yeah, check it out. Like, this is for everybody. Let's go have a look at the states here once it populates. Look at this. They've got pilots all over the place that you can meet up and have a fly with. You can click on their profile, send them a message. Like, all these pilots are in your area for you to meet up and go and fly with. All right. So I should actually probably post this in the chat for anybody as well. Okay. I've never been able to fly with anyone. This is why I built this, for you guys. Please go and use it, because I want you to have a great time flying. And if you're like, oh, there's nobody in my specific area near me, all it takes is maybe you put that pin there and someone else is like, oh, I didn't realize both of us were here. I didn't bother because I didn't see anybody else around. But once you put that marker down, then you can get those messages. And there actually were some other pilots around as well. Dave's saying, if you have a radio, I have spare goggles. Come and fly. There we go. See, that's what it is all about. Just people wanting to fly with other people. And flying with others truly is a blast. Like, you're just going to be laughing, crashing, repairing together. It takes the hobby that you love and just makes it even better. It's almost like, dare I say, and it'll be fine when my kids watch this, it's like, you think, I have so much love for my first daughter. I didn't think I had any more love to give. And then the second daughter came along, and all of a sudden, there's all this extra love, which doesn't take away from that first love. That's what it's like for FPV. It's like, you love this hobby, and then, oh my gosh, flying and hanging out and just laughing with other mates. It's incredible. So go and do that. Someone's saying, it's funny you zoomed in right in my area. Maybe that's a sign there, ACG. What is that? First time seeing it. This is my map that I made for you guys. DIY FPV. Like, this is, maybe I need to make more noise about this, because yeah, it's so you can connect with, this is all the pilots around the world. Like, look how many that is. There's so many pilots that you can go and fly with and have a good time with. I'm from Brazil. Absolutely. We've got pins all over the world. This is for everybody. It is free for everybody. FPV is for everybody. I made this site for everybody. It is for you for you to enjoy, for you to get the most out of these flying little toys that are so much fun. This is what I wanted when I started. When I started, the man at the hobby shop told me this was stupid and I should find and fly these big expensive planes, and there was no community around and I'd have to make one. And here we are 10 years later, and I knew his name, and I'd say, here's what I've done. I have built that community to get people flying. So yeah, just put your look, and not a, maybe you are the spark that starts that FPV local club in your area. But yeah, anyway, that's it. We got Jeff here is saying you attract people's curiosity and they want to know more. You have to be open, show them what you're doing, show them your flights, let them try the goggles, and they always leave happy. My girl's registering now as well. And Kiz is saying, I remember when I told UAVFutures that no one flew around me. It turns out I was wrong. I've met some of the best friends in the last 5 years, and I'm finally not a hermit. Great to hear, Kiz. Great to hear. I'm so proud of you. This is probably a good part to say as well to every single person that is watching this, because we don't say it enough, that I am proud of you. I'm not just talking to kids. I'm talking to, if you are hearing this, that I am proud of you. I am really grateful that you are here. You are seen. You are heard. You are not alone. You are valued. You are cared about. You are unique. And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being here, because it makes my day better. I love hanging out with you guys. This is the best part of my working week. And for that one person that needs to hear it, just to let them know that they are cared about. So I just want to slide that through the microphone. And if that is you, and you think, oh, is he talking about me? That silly Aussie guy at 11 o'clock in the morning over in Australia? Yeah, I am. You're listening to this in your exact part of the world because you deserve to be told that you are cared about, you are valued, and you are special. And I'm very grateful that you're here. And please, you can jump on DIY FPV, send me a message, because that's what we've got. Like, you can go to somebody's profile. Look, let's see this person. Send them a message, and then you can chat to them. Have a good time. Like, that's what FPV is all about. So go check it out, as well as like sharing your flights. Like, there is so much amazing stuff with this site, but that was the main focus, just the community, you guys. Someone's Jeff saying, we're so grateful that you exist. Thank you for all your support, Jeff, as well. And your patron support is very much appreciated, and all the members here as well. We need more people on the map. That's from Dave360. It all starts with one, my friend. All starts with one. Now, this part I wanted to talk about. I am looking at the time, but there are still things that I want to talk about. We got a little bit sidetracked. I guess you call it a little bit passionate. And this is to let you stop buying incompatible gear. I've seen this time and time again. It keeps popping up in posts where people... Hang on, I need to stop here because I just saw a huge super chat come through. Miguel, Stu, any chance of reviewing the DJI Osmo Nano action camera? I've just blindly bought one, waiting for it to arrive. We're going to have a look at this now, because thank you so much for that super chat. I'm sure nobody here will. Everybody can like heart that message, send some love as well. Miguel, what are you doing, brother? He sent through 5 more messages. And the beauty here too, I'm sure that everybody would want me to look at this because they appreciate the support that you are giving this channel as well, to let us be able to make sites like that. All right, let's have a look here. The DJI. The hard part about cameras is they're not typically what we use for our, let's have a look right here. Where am I going to look at the official DJI store? Oh, I'm going to translate this one. I think Mads Tech has some videos on this. It does look like it makes it really easy to be able to film everywhere. I'll tell you what, because of that super chat, I will look into this and see if we can find a way. I can't make any promises. And I can't afford to just go out and buy one, but I will do my best to investigate and report back. And because you are a member, I can even make this a members only video. We can make you a video right here on some of my findings. I don't want to subscribe to DJI. Here's my advice, though. Here's what I would say. John A. DRC is saying, wow, Miguel, incredible. You have purchased something, and this is something that I don't like to do, is a lot of times I've seen when somebody buys something and asks for opinions and then people like rag on it and like talk about a lot of negatives about them, and you can often feel quite disappointed in your purchase. I would say you're going to have a great time with this, and because it's already on the way, this is where you just get to enjoy it. And remember, it's not about having the best or worst gear, it's about having the best time. And this is a prime example from that. I think DJI, look, they make the top of the line FPV gear as far as I'm concerned with their system. You're going to have an amazing time with this. It's all just about, like, I want to see some cool content. Please film some cool things, post it on DIY FPV. Maybe you can let me know how this goes as well. We can work something together as well. And Shu FPV is saying, you've always been a beacon of hope and positivity. Love you, Stu. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so much, Shu FPV. I really do try to go out of my way to just share the good times. And I think too, this is something that I hope comes across in my videos. And I'm gonna take this off the screen because it's important, where I don't have like an RF engineer background or anything like that. I am just an everyday person. I was a school teacher that I just fell in love with this hobby, and I want to share it with some other people. So I hope when you watch my videos in the field, you feel like you are there with me, hanging out with my friends, having a good time, because that's the whole essence of this. I feel exactly the same as you people, which is really too, when people talk about like best products versus worst products, I always think, would I spend my own money on this? So would I go out? And it's really easy to recommend the best of the best gear because you're going to have a best time. But the important one to me is this a good purchase for somebody? For the everyday person on a standard wage, is this a good product? Is this value orientated? And that's what I really like. Value to get people flying. You don't have to have the best gear, but I want you to have the best time. So thank you for, man, just thanks to everybody for having such an amazing, positive, awesome stream. I promise I'll try to post on DIY FPV when I receive the camera. Please do. And you can also send me a message request in there, Miguel. Please send me some of those. I'll write some things to you when I see that in there. Good question. What is your trade days these days at Teachers Till? This is my trade. This is my job. This is what I do day in, day out. And that is with the help of you guys. Like YouTube, it is getting more and more difficult to make content. But if you are a member or a Patreon or you've sent through a super chat, I would like to let you know that you have made the difference here. That's what that is. That's what allows me to keep doing this. So thank you very much. Okay, I got distracted with all the kindness that you guys are showing. This is where I would like to say, if you are getting into FPV, I've seen so many posts recently with people buying incompatible gear. We're going to go through a quick rundown now. It's going to save you time and money and also some heartache, because our drones that we fly around for FPV, they're not like the store ones that you can just take out of the box and everything is going to work. There is like 3 little things you need to understand that is going to make it so much simpler. So if you've wanted to get into the hobby, but you've thought, man, there's so many options, my mind is exploding, this is all too confusing, don't worry, give me 2 minutes. I'll teach you how to get into FPV, make the right choice, and understand the 3 critical things you need to talk about. So I've got some examples right here. Actually, I can use this one. I got my FPV drone. Great, you want to fly around FPV? The first thing you're going to need is a drone. Now, you should actually think to yourself, this is the last piece of the puzzle. I need to make sure I've got the other pieces first. So in order to fly a drone first, you need some way to control it. And that is going to be with a radio. Now, let me get 2 examples. And I've grabbed 2 very popular examples right here. And the radios that you are going to get are going to use protocols. The most common protocols that we have in our drone space is ELRS, which is this one, or you're going to be using Crossfire. And essentially what that means is, what is the language that these are speaking? So if I give an example, let's pretend that this radio, it's speaking in Japanese. So we need the drone to have a little Japanese receiver on here so they can speak to each other. It's no point if this is talking French and this is talking Japanese, that they can't understand what each other is saying. So unless they are talking the same language, which we call protocol, you need to make sure they match up. So the most popular by far, with about 90% of market share, is ELRS. I've got some videos on it as well. It's a really rock solid, relatively pretty cheap system actually that does amazing things. So go and check out, excuse me, ELRS. If your radio is ELRS, make sure that you are getting a receiver in your drone, which is ELRS. Now you might be going to buy a drone and it'll say it doesn't have a receiver, or it might give you an option to choose one. Make sure that you get an ELRS receiver to go with it. And I'll show you an example on the screen actually. This is the beauty of having my own website here. Check this out. So let's have a look at the Lightning. I think it's the Lightning. It's going to be the Lightning V2. Oh, there's a lot of things called Lightning. Okay, that makes it. Let's have a look. Did I hit enter after that? Let's have a look in drones. Here it is. No space between the two. That's what the difference is. So if we have a look here, and we want to buy, we're going to go directly to their website actually. Let's just pretend I want to buy this drone, and if we have a look here, we've got TBS Nano RX. That's not what we want. Look at this one. It is a ELRS 2.4. So that's going to be compatible with my ELRS radio. They're going to be speaking the same language. Now on the flip side, there's a lot of other things you'll notice here, like, man, how can I understand which one to get? And that is where, when it comes to our FPV drone, we now are talking the same language and how to control it between our drone and our radio. We can go and fly these, but we need to figure out a way when it comes to our FPV system, or that is our first person view system, the camera, and to get that image back to our eyes. And the way we do is by using, I almost showed some goggles that are under NDA, thank goodness I didn't, something like this. So then you've got to think, okay, I'm going to buy my goggle system or my FPV system. The main ones are going to be analog, DJI, walksnail, hdzero, or Cadex Ascent. So in order to do that, you think, all right, I am going to buy a set of DJI goggles. There's some links and comparisons in my channels. I'll put them somewhere on the screen as well, talking about the pros and cons of each system. But if I buy a set of DJI goggles here, let's pretend now these are speaking German. I need to make sure that the camera system in here is also speaking German, so they can talk to each other as well. So there's no point having these speak, I don't know, English and this speaking, they're just not going to talk. You're not going to be able to get that image transmission sent back to your goggles. So they need to speak the same language as well. So you need to make sure you are getting the right system for you. You cannot fly this set of goggles around, like, let's say with this drone right here. These are completely incompatible. The video system that is in here is hdzero. There is no way that this set of goggles here can decode what this little transmitter in here is spitting back out and sending to my goggles. So these would be incompatible. That is my tip. If you are going to be buying a drone this Christmas, or in this like next season, holiday season, you need to make sure that your drone is compatible. And where I would start, and this is my recommendations, for most pilots, a 2.4 gigahertz ELRS radio is golden. That is going to suit you for 90%, 95% of the hobby. The other part, that's where you need to go and watch. I'm going to link the video on the pros and cons of each of those digital systems, because they're all at different prices, and there's good advantage. The things like latency, image quality, all those sorts of things need to be taken into account as well. Happy Flyer RC says bind and fly quads are really convenient for beginners. And yeah, and the beauty is, once you buy that, like let's for example say that I have an ELRS and a walksnail goggle, which is this one. Sometimes you can find drones like this. This is a walksnail, which is exactly the language that these goggles speak. These goggles are walksnail goggles. I say language just so you can keep this understandable. And look at this, it's an ELRS one. So if I bought this exact drone, I would be able to control it with this radio because it's an ELS radio, and I would be able to see what the camera sees because the goggles also speaks the same as well. And Johnny DRC has a great point. He says you're going to need to learn how to fix it if you break it as well. All right. There's no better feeling than the first time building your quads. Okay, let's have a look. Jumping over here to this part. All right. This probably brings me in, like I'm just looking at the time. There are some other things that I have to go and take care of today as well. It's actually not too much drone related. I'm going to clean the studio up downstairs. But let's see. We've talking about flying alone. We've spoken about DIY FPV and the map. Like, go join that website. Oh yeah, what's this important part? Oh, that's right. That's you guys. Always remember that you are valued, you are cared about, you are not alone, you are part of this community. Talking to you really is the best part of my working week. I love this hobby, but something I love more than flying these drones, it is that community. And often we don't give ourselves enough credit or stand up for ourselves enough, or just we don't, especially blokes, which is most of, like 98% of my audience is male, is they often don't put the work in for themselves. They go out and they help other people quite a lot. But when it comes to looking out for yourself, oftentimes we don't do that. We neglect ourselves. So this is just this little message to let you know, if you needed to hear it today, that you're valued. Like, you're seen. You are cared about. That's it. That's it. That you are valued. All right. Okay. That is it for me today. That most important part. Remember, it is you. So if you heard that on your ears and you went, "Oh, was he talking to me?" Yeah, I was. Please send me a message on DIY FPV. That goes for every single person here. I would love to see you on this website. I have some amazing things coming very, very soon. Please head over to DIY FPV. I would love to see a post from you there. It is all free, just made because I love this hobby. This is what they told me when I started would never exist. I would have to build my own, and that is it right now. If you are watching this, take 2 seconds. The link's going to be in the description, or you can just go to Google, type DIY FPV, head here, put a post, send me a message, please. You can just find like one of my little posts, and then you can go straight to my profile. Like, here we go. And then you can send me a message straight from there. And I will write back. I promise I will write back. All right. Someone's saying, could I get a Steam key for a game? Absolutely. Send me a message and I will send you a SIM code there. Canadian. Let's see. Have a great week, pilots. Thank you to everybody. Miguel, you're an absolute madman. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much to my patrons and my members here as well. We even got some new members. Thanks to Miguel, we're buying those gift memberships as well. So if you're one of the lucky people to grab one of those, I hope you enjoy the bonus videos. If you are watching and you think, you know what, today I'm going to jump in here and support the channel, Stu. I love what you're doing. I watch a lot of your streams. I watch a lot of your videos. Becoming a member is one of the best ways that you can do that. So there's that little join button. You will also get to not only have some cool little emojis and things, but there's also bonus videos and the feeling and knowing that you are helping me share this with other people around the world. All right, and don't fly whoops into kids' hair here, Jeff. That's not good. All right, you guys are amazing. I will see you same place, same time next week with some exciting news. All right, see you.